change it to the 2024 rule set and select that class, and it'll give you the 2024 additions in your character sheet, in addition to letting you maintain your 2014 rule set. And we'll have to mess with that because it could be unbalanced. Wizards lose some stuff, but also gain stuff with 2024. So, they might basically, if you're playing a wizard, you might lose some stuff when you upgrade, but you will gain other things. So we'll look into that later. The next thing, crafting system. It is way easier to craft things. There are crafting checks. You have crafting feats. You can craft potions and poisons. And basically, if you have the Arcana skill, you can craft a magical item. It takes a certain amount of days and a certain amount of gold, and dependent on what feats you have, it might half one of those two modifiers. Then a couple other changes. So I don't think these really apply, but they changed Paladin and Monk more specifically. Monk no longer has key points. They have focus points, which do ultimately the same thing, but they're called something else. Blah, blah, blah. Finally, not finally, but one of the other things is they added a bunch of new spells, and they made a glossary for finding spells in the back of the player's handbook, or finding rules in the back of the player's handbook way easier. So I can go into that
Nice.
glossary and I can find whatever rule we're looking for there, right? Unless it's,
Nice.
a particular. Next, spells and damage. Certain things have changed with how damage works. I don't think we'll ever run into some of those changes ever. So I think we'll be fine in terms of that. There's some new spells, and then some spells have been changed, like Chromatic Orb has been changed. And then lastly, something that we were doing before has been made an official D&D mechanic. It only takes a bonus action to consume a healing potion now, and that's the flat rule. I think I'm not going to do the same thing that we had done where it was like, okay, use your action, you get the maximum. We're not going to do that. We're just going to stick with a bonus action, and that's that. The other thing that we can talk about is double nat 20s insta killing. Is that something we want to stay doing, or is that something, as long as we remember it, I suppose, we can stick with that? Bear in mind then, if you get double critted against, you die too.
Best save
You like
throws
it.
or just permanently dead?
Permanently dead.
Permanently.
I didn't think it added a lot to our
Mhm.
last
Yeah.
campaign. It didn't really ever come up.
I mean, the first
It happened
episode.
first.
session.
And that was it.
That was a pretty epic
I think
moment.
it's fun. I think it adds some risk and reward.
Yeah, I guess it's just like in the small contingent that you get two nat 20s, you immediately kill whatever it was that you used.
Yeah.
So, it doesn't, like, if you don't want to do it, I don't care. If you I'm not going to remember to have you re-roll your nat 20. So if you remember, great, do that. Let me know. Blah blah blah.
I think it feels unique, which I like.
Following that, I think, other than that, those are all the like primary gameplay changes that have happened to 2024. Another thing for those of you who haven't swapped or aren't a 2024 class or subclass, your class or your subclass and class features all unlock at level 3 now. So for every single one across the board, those
Nice.
features, not like, but like you get access to your subclass and those things at level 3 instead of like the paladin being at level 5 or whatever. So
Okay.
anyways, that is all in terms of rules that we need to go over. I'm going to be on when we're done here. So if any of you want to shift your characters to 2024, we can look into making that happen as smooth as possible after the session. If not, okay, whatever.
Fair enough.
If
But
not,
yeah,
I don't care.
I think I'm gonna leave that open to point in the campaign. So if you realize like I want my character to be updated or whatever, then that's fine. When you swap to a 2024 class, though, you're not necessarily changing class as much as you're updating your character sheet to the 2024 fashion. So in cases like ASA, where you're still your character has a D&D Beyond 2014 character sheet, we can keep all that 2014 information and update it to the 2024 format. That's up to you. It doesn't impact anything we're doing. It should all be completely backwards compatible. So
Cool.
that being said, are there any other questions before we hop into the campaign?
Yes.
Okay, ask away.
Oh, I don't have one. I was just saying there probably is a question somewhere.
Oh, okay. Any questions then?
No.
No, I actually
Anything?
one point
No.
though, because that's a lot of rules. Be patient if I forget one and need a gentle reminder.
Nope.
No,
Yeah,
I'm specifically requesting that you be gentle. So, cool. And
Oh,
you.
the other thing I'll say is like, if you're playing a 2014 character and during the session we have a problem where like there's like a problem with your character and them not being as compatible as you would want them to be because they are a 2014 character versus 2024, save all those complaints for after the session. If you try to argue with me about updating your character in the middle of a session, I'm going to tell you where to go, and that's out of the Discord to not talk about this anymore, or out of the session rather. But yeah, I'm not going to pause our sessions to update to 2024, or things similar to that. So, anyways, with that, no questions. Everyone on the same page? Everyone ready to go?
No further questions, Your Honor.
So each and every single one of you was given a letter that I've described to all of you as what that letter entails for each of your characters. They give you a time and a date to arrive at a particular tavern in Last Watch, which is on in Errahim Chronicles. There is a thread in there that's maps and primary resources. That's the map at full resolution there. It's also pinned in Errahim Chronicles.
Where'd you say the map was?
In
Map.
Errahim Chronicles, but did you say you put it somewhere else?
Cool, and I am requesting access.
Okay, I found it. It's all good.
giving access. Let me go in here and see what. Let me change the.
Or you can watch my stream and I have the map.
Shut up, Caleb. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, I've shared it. Got it.
Oh, I see.
There we go. So anyone can get it who has the link. This is a closer to full quality map. Last Watch is on the mainland Runora, which is where we were for the entirety of the first campaign. It is all the way on that peninsula to the far east. With that, I think it's been a minute since we talked about anything with Renora, but do you guys know what's happening and why this map looks a little different than the first map you had? Do you guys remember those events of Campaign 1, basically? And the state of Renora itself, I suppose.
Yeah, that was my only question. Was this? So this is all happening like right after the events of Campaign 1, correct?
This is happening 15 years post the events of Campaign 1.
Okay.
Yeah, so 15 years after the events of Campaign 1. Campaign 1 ended with Alora ushering your first, basically, your first, the Campaign 1 characters through a portal to go and take care of stuff that needs to be taken care of. Right before that, she had gotten the equivalent of a wish spell, and she had wished for basically the dunes to be rejuvenated, and they were, and the woods spread further than they had been before. That's why there's a massive forest on that chunk called the Aloran Woods, and that's why Botanica is in a different spot than it was in Campaign 1, because the dunes have effectively become the new Botanica, which is ruled by Queen Alora at this current moment. Another thing that happened is the sun has changed colors. At the end of Campaign 1, the sun was eclipsed by the moon, and when the moon passed over the sun, it had changed its color. It is now red. This doesn't necessarily impact the temperature. In some of the warmer places, there might be a little less rain, but in terms of the total temperature of Errahim, it's staying the same. It's more of a symbolic change. The last thing that I will say that all of you, or well, there's two more things I'll say. No one really is certain what happened, what killed the heretic, right? There's legends going around about heroes, but there's no names. People don't know that Alora was involved. And things like that. So a lot of people know about the fall of the Dark Heretic and the events that transpired for everyone, and the tendrils and the portals opening and all that kind of stuff. No one was affected more than the Church of the Iron Shield in Bellamar, which has now morphed and become the Paragon. And the Paragon have been a scourge for most people in Renora for a while. They are basically police zealots. They go to certain cities, they enforce religious law that is established by the matriarch in Bellamar. They wear very dark armor, and they have magic. Those of you who have dark magic capabilities would know that it's probably smart not to use dark seeming magic in public, because they will brandish you an acolyte of the heretic and then they will arrest you. So that is the state of Renora right now. I think almost all of you are from Renora and would know that general information. Most everything else has stayed the same. The Paragon are not allowed in Botanica, and Botanica is kind of rising as one of the more powerful nations in Renora. Of course, you have Bellamar and Upper Lockton and Ohm, which is under the rule of the Gilded King. But Botanica is not allowing Paragon in, and they're pretty, it's a pretty fruitful land. Botanicans, which are the plant folk, are a little more widespread now as well. They live in different cities. They're not, they're no humans or elves or whatever, or dragonborn, but they are living in other places. So with that, we're going to go ahead, Turble.
One more lore question. After Xavian killed Emperor Ryul and Ohm, who is it? Is it the Omp that's running things over there? Or?
Yes. So people don't necessarily. They know that Calixus the Gilded has returned, and they know that there is a new ruler in Olirith who rules over the Elvish domain. So Ohm is a very strong and large city, and Olirith is where the new Gilded King or Emperor exists, right? Okay. In Ohm, a senate has been assembled, so the people are represented by a body now. There has not been a new Yolt elected, and the Omp has not been seen since the death of the Ohm. So yeah, right now the current ruler is the Gilded Emperor, who is Calixus. I'll say though that I don't think the public generally knows that. So.
Okay.
Anyways, any questions about that before I proceed to what is occurring?
I think I'm ready. I've been ready.
I'm ready.
Everyone good?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yes,
Yes,
okay.
sir. Good.
So with that, you all have been given a letter to meet in Last Watch at a specific tavern, signed Oliver Gottsmead. He has given you all specific reasons why he wants you there and what he thinks you'll be useful for. But generally speaking, you don't know what the job is that he requires of you, only that it pays relatively well or it pertains to you in specific. So at this point, we are nearing that time where each of you will individually enter the tavern over the course of an hour. And we're meeting in the tavern after that hour. So all of you are in the tavern right now, and you are set to meet Gotsmead in about 10 minutes. But interestingly enough,
So we've never met each other, right?
you've never met each other, unless I've specifically said that you have. You've never met each other, and but he described what he looked like to you. But once you enter the tavern, you see that there is no sign of Gotsmead. He seems to be late. And so, with that, there are a bunch of people sitting in here. The general watch is it's basically a merchant city. The only law is don't steal. You can kill people here. They don't really give that much of a crap. It's a pirate city basically.
I like how you had to keep yourself from saying another word.
Yes, but yeah. With that, there are many people in here. What would you guys like to do?
So we're in a tavern.
Are we like together, like, or are we like
So-
kind of separated in the tavern, just kind of looking for Gotchmead?
You guys are individually separate, but you are all looking for Gotsmead.
I think I'm just gonna be lame and just stay like in a corner, like in a dark corner, almost like not hiding myself, but staying out of sight.
All right.
I'm gonna be lame.
So we have our edgy boy. We got it.
Not edgy, not edgy.
He's
Can
edgy.
I
He's
can
edgy.
I see can I see Chase's character if I'm looking for him?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and roll, I guess. Yeah. I don't
Okay.
think Chase, do you want to be hidden from him?
No,
Because
I'm
you
not.
would-
I'm not
Or just
hiding.
obscured.
I'm not
You're
hiding.
not hiding.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
obscured
Yeah.
is a good word. I'm just obscuring myself.
I almost told you no, Asa.
I know. I was about to like DM the DM and be like, I want to allow it because yes.
Because we are friends.
Okay. So I guess we're all there. So I imagine I walk into the bar and I look around to see who is all there. I note that Godsmead isn't there yet, and that causes me a little bit of concern. But then I noticed Chase's character in the corner. So I make my way over there and and I sit down next to him and I say, Chase, you have to remind me of your character's name because I know it's similar to mine.
And Phelan.
And Phelan, that's right. And I sit down and say, and Phelan, it's good to see you. You look well.
He's gonna like he's like almost like looking down at like a drink or something. So like he doesn't really see you at first. But like through his hood and like hearing the voice, he'll start to say, "Sorry, that seat's taken," and then he'll look up and he'll be like, "Braylon, Braylon, how are you?"
I'm good. And I'll reach out my hand to like clasp his arm if he allows it.
Yeah,
Okay.
he will reach in kind, and you'll see that he's wearing like he's wearing like obviously a long robe, but he's also wearing gloves.
Mhm.
Like he is very well covered up. He is
Okay.
trying to obscure his face and body as much as
Cool.
possible.
And I partially did that to kind of see how you were doing more. So I kind of take a second to look at your arm, shake your arm, kind of signifying that I'm glad
Are you,
you're
are you
doing
saying
well.
that you're like rolling up my sleeve to like see?
No, no,
or...
no. Just kind of inspecting a quick inspection.
Okay,
but I
okay.
see that it's covered.
Yeah.
And I released it. And,
um, immediately Braylon's gonna kind of like pull you a little closer and be like, "How did you manage to pull that off?
Oh.
That was you, right?"
Well, it wasn't easy, but I'm glad that you got out safe. I didn't know exactly where you'd end up, but I hope it wasn't too chaotic of a night.
I mean, I'll take anything over where you got me out of. And he'll like kind of like give you like a playful like pushback and be like, "Braylon, drinks are on me," and he'll order a drink for Braylon.
Oh, well, thank you, my friend. Cool. Do you know if Gottschmied has arrived yet? I figured he would make it early.
No,
It's the-
it said he was supposed to be here by now, but he hasn't been here yet, so.
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Am I sitting close enough that I could have overhear?
Actually, so go ahead, Caleb, Logan, both roll a perception check.
I feel like we're
to
being
see if you heard
hushed,
it.
like we have like a hushed conversation going on, but you could probably hear it if you tried.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
like
think-
like when I pulled him close and was like, "How'd you get me out?" That stuff. That one you guys would have to like roll a perception for. But when I like push him back and I'm like, "Give me another drink," that stuff you guys
Yeah.
hear no problem.
I rolled an 11.
Alright,
Okay, I
you're
got a
11.
16.
And
I'm a grandmother.
That isn't great.
Coolin,
just
did
a
you
moment.
Coolin, did you want me and Asa to roll the perception for Godsmead, or
yes, I want you guys
Okay.
to roll a perception.
just one of us or both of us?
If you want to each roll individual, I don't care.
Okay.
If you want to, one roll between you would work. Two is okay too.
I got an 18.
And
Okay.
I got.
I'm actually just going to choose to fail to hear them.
I got an
okay.
11.
Here's what I want to happen while they're observing for Gottschmied.
Mhm.
Is I want them to, because my character is going to be the most obvious character in the room. Like
Like,
people are
out of
going to
place.
notice me. Yeah, I'm gonna look out of place. And my
On
character,
purpose or just like that naturally? That's how
well,
your character looks.
it's naturally, it's
Okay.
natural.
Okay.
So like my character is he's gonna go around asking, or at least try to ask people for if they've seen a small green goblin. And
Green Goblin.
you're gonna notice as you like, if you pay attention to me, you're gonna notice that people are staying away from me. They're just kind of avoiding me. Not like ugh, like they
And-
just don't want to be around me.
And we've all seen you meandering away around the room. What do you look like?
Here,
Oh,
I will send,
Why are you out of place?
I'll send my
I don't really care. I'm just kidding.
here.
Cool.
Let
pop it in
me-
Errahim Chronicles, would you?
I would love to.
And I'll pop mine in shortly after you, because you've probably noticed my character as well.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pop mine in yet because Ace is the only one who knows what my character
So-
looks like as of now.
So, Logan, you notice Asa's character sitting by a cloaked figure, and you also notice Caleb's character, but they're two separate instances, like two separate interactions occurring that you notice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Heck.
And then Turbo,
Where's
what
my
was your
folder?
perception roll?
11.
Okay,
I
I have
have-
to piss.
I-
I'm sorry. I'll be
Is
back
that
in
is that
just-
what I get on my perception?
Yes, yes, yes. You rolled high enough that now you know I have to piss.
I will take the
D&D.
opportunity as well.
That is a double nat 20 on
here.
perception.
You kill
So
perception.
high that you notice something out of the world.
You kill the perception check. Instant kill.
This is what you're gonna notice. Is let me pull it up on my stream so my stream can actually see it. You're going to see
Yeah,
an
that
elvish
doesn't look
man,
normal, that's for sure.
very young elvish man with a deformity in his cheek that kind of like opens up his cheek so you can see the teeth inside. So it's very, very sus.
I'm asking this as a player, not as a character. Does it have a little whistle when he talks?
No, it does not have a whistle when he talks.
Missed opportunity.
He's very, very young. He's not an aged elf. He's very young and very self-conscious. You're
Not
gonna notice
an aged elf.
he's very self-conscious and tends to kind of keep to himself as much as possible.
So what you're saying is point out all of his flaws.
You can do whatever you want. You do whatever you like.
You can do whatever you like.
Live! Live!
Live! It says live.
Sorry, guys. I just had to go real. I was like, I think I can hold it for.
No,
I couldn't.
he couldn't. He was stage 10. He was already at stage 10.
Let me tell you, it was.
It's all right, Captain.
You guys should
Nice.
have been there.
I should have been there.
Turbo building.
Next time.
Legos.
Next time.
Caleb, you said your character was a goblin?
No, he's an elf.
Sorry. Oh, okay, my bad, my bad.
I sent a picture of him in the Errahim Chronicles if
Okay.
you want to look.
Ooh.
And you will obviously notice why he's very noticeable amongst the crowd and why people don't want to be near him.
He's a dark elf? A
No.
drow? Oh.
He's a regular elf, that's just the color that it chose for.
Okay, I gotcha. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's what you're going to notice as you search for Gotchmead.
That's
Gibblestum.
interesting. I will just be happily drinking merrily with my newfound friend. Not newfound, but
Old found,
Old
refound.
old found. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What did you roll? Or Logan? Or oh my gosh, Chase, what did you roll on your perception?
This is the second time you've asked me, Coolin.
I know.
11.
Okay.
It's really important.
Well, I think
So-
I think it's important because I'm probably like right on the.
You're probably about to die.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna die. He's probably gonna be like, "You perceive cancer, die, idiot."
Oh,
You perceive a
Oh.
lot.
Narclear.
Testicle.
Oh, oh no.
Oh,
That's no good.
Colin,
Uh,
what happened to my character? Did that happen down there as well?
Do you want it to?
Sure, why not?
So, Braylon, you see Vilser or Caleb's guy looking around for people worrying about Gotsmead or a goblin. What did you say, Gotsmead or goblin?
I was saying because like I'm not assuming that people know his name, so I'm just describing small goblin.
So, everyone except Chase notices you asking about a goblin, but then you also notice another figure who, when he hears you and Phelan talking about Gotsmead, he starts to perk up. And then Logan, you perceive Braylon and Chase speaking, and Caleb's character.
So I will take a few more sips of my ale. Well, actually, what time of day is it?
It is evening, so it's. I would say
Then it'll be whiskey.
I was gonna say, I was like, he doesn't want to be day drinking.
Who is?
So, I'm not just like drinking tons and tons. I'm not drunk, but
You're sipping.
You're not Ace,
something a little harder.
I'm something.
Indeed.
Well,
So I'm gonna take another sip of my whiskey, stand up, and walk over.
Okay.
And this is when
Who are
you
you
guys
walking
will
to?
see Hawthorne. I'm gonna walk over to the two who I overheard talking about the goblin or Godsmead.
In that case, like seeing as you walk up, you're gonna see my character like obscure his face a lot more, so you can't see his face.
So you will see a
Is it
middle-aged man
HAWGHORN?
who's yes. You will see him stand up, turn around, walk over to you guys. And he is a middle-aged man, but he looks almost younger than he should. I don't know. He's got, really soft and smooth-looking skin. Though his hair is like perfectly white. He's got some scruff, and he looks pretty well kept. He's got an air about him, I'll say, of, I don't know. When he looks at you guys, you will notice that he seems very perceptive. Like he
Very
has an
thoughtful.
understanding of things.
Okay.
Yes, very thoughtful.
Yeah.
And so he'll walk over to you and he'll say, and actually, what does your character look like, Chase?
He's obscuring his face. You can't see it.
He's fully covered his face up.
Yeah.
Oh, hot dog.
Okay.
He's the real edgy boy in the group.
Did you want
Hawthorne.
to send yours in, Asa?
What was that? Say that again.
Did you want to send your character in?
Yeah. Okay. If you're gonna approach us, I can send it in. I'll turn to look at you and say, "What would you like, old man?"
I'll say, you'll see a little half grin pop onto his face. He's like, and he'll say, well, it appears we're here for the same purpose. You received a letter from Godsmead?
How bold are we? Yes, I have. It's very sensitive information, but I'm glad that we're in friendly company.
Indeed, though. What?
Oh,
Someone say something?
what is
Oh.
everyone's passive perceptions as well?
I don't think I'm very high.
13.
13.
Oh,
10.
9!
9!
It's 10.
14.
Bad.
Logan, you want to know something? I got 9 passive perception,
Huh.
9 passive investigation, and 9 passive insight.
Dang.
Ooh, my investigation. That's good.
So your character is a fighter.
No, he's not a fighter. You idiot! No, I'm just kidding.
He's that's what he is.
Yeah, my character is dumb.
Close to a fighter, probably. Actually, I don't know either, but
You'll see.
But
Soon enough, my boy.
so the only one that perceives it is Caleb. Your guy notices another person stand up from the bar, clad in blue robes, start walking toward their table.
Okay.
And then
And Asa had just responded by saying, I'm glad we're in friendly company.
we're good company. Yeah.
And I'll respond by saying, it would appear so, though. Allow me to make a formal introduction. My name is Hawthorne Oddleaf. To whom might I be adventuring with over the next days?
My name.
And he'll extend a hand out.
Oh, okay. I'll grab your hand. I'll say, my name is Braylon.
How hard do you grip my hand?
Oh.
How firm is your handshake?
You break my hand.
What class do you think I am? And how do
I don't know what you look like.
how do you I sent
Oh
it.
wait,
He sent his Hero Forge.
it's still loading for me.
Okay. I'll just say a
Oh,
firm,
good lord.
strong handshake. Unyieldingly strong, but
Okay.
not like I'm gonna break your hand.
Unyielding.
Unyielding.
Hamburger.
How strong
And
is your handshake?
Hawthorne
I'm
will
not-
grip it.
And I'm not like squeezing, but just like, you know,
It's-
strong.
It's firm, it's strong. Probably stronger than yours, but
Oh, really?
I'm also not trying to
It's
break
just
the
better.
hand.
He's
It's been
holding
passed
back,
down
is
by
what he said.
generations. Our sleeves rip, and you can see the muscle.
A strong line through generations. Yes. So, and while we're shaking hands, it's going on, for, a little longer, and he'll stack his hand on top of it, and he'll say, "It's a pleasure to meet you," and he'll squeeze a little harder.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I guess I squeeze harder as well. Are we doing a strength roll? What's happening? Are we? Oh, so I grab your hand too, and I squeeze a little harder. Yes.
No.
Very well met.
ahead
And this
and
look of
each of you-
kinship will develop. He'll just look you fiercely in the eyes, and he'll say, "The pleasure is mine."
No,
Squeeze a little
it is
harder.
mine.
What were you saying, Cooland?
I was gonna say each of you roll an insight.
Oh.
Your contest of handshakes.
Insight it is.
Oh no.
No!
Can I, sitting at the table, can I
It was
also roll
almost
an
a nat
insight?
20, but instead it is a 5.
Yeah.
I got a 12.
Ooh,
Uh,
I got an 18.
Okay.
an
Yeah,
18.
Case is just watching this whole thing.
I know.
Uh,
It's like
So-
through the like I'm imagining I have a scarf on and like my hood over, and I'm like going to like
So
far too great of lengths trying to hide my face, being like, oh.
So,
Dome.
Logan, you, upon shaking Braylon's hand, you look at him and you see a sense of dwarvish stoutness. That's what you glean from this prolonged handshake. And then, Braylon, you perceive of Hawthorne a firm, calloused hand, as if this is a well-used hand.
Yeah, I can respect that.
Well used. Okay.
Well used.
Whoa.
And then, and Phelan, while watching these two share a prolonged handshake, you glean that both of them are probably, I wouldn't even say probably, they're just two interestingly intense people. It's like when you meet someone, they're like, "I'm so happy to see you here, Turb. I missed you so much." You're like, "I barely know who you
like
are."
the eye contact is too like severe,
Right,
and
you're
it's like hand on the shoulder, like
these are two intense people greeting each other and trying to be like, what can I glean from this person that I
gotcha. Got it.
it.
And you, when you see my character, you assumed I was just a short human because I do come off very human-like, but I'm just a slightly taller dwarf.
He's
Well,
not a
no.
he's
And
not a he's not a
my-
he's not
my
a dwarf
character-
like human. He's a human like dwarf.
There you go.
Your character.
And my character is human, but his hair is like strikingly white. That's like the biggest thing. That
I'm-
would seem kind of unnatural, especially for someone his
Handsome
age,
young
because he doesn't look to be that old.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he's middle-aged.
Okay.
He's a middle-aged man. Okay, Dante's character.
Anyways, so it is in that moment will release your hand, and then he'll look towards Chase. What's your character's name?
You don't know that yet.
Ooh.
Ooh!
Oh, he
The
hasn't told
hooded
you.
figure sitting
Oh.
at the table, and he'll say, "Hail and well met."
Yeah.
And then he'll just kind of like through the hidden face will say, "You're looking for a what was my voice for this character? What the fuck?" You're
It
looking
was
for a
Mediterranean Eastlander accent.
You're looking for a friendly introduction, correct?
Aye, if that is what you wish.
Well, I assure
Things
you,
will be companions in the coming days.
I assure you that any introduction other than this, and he kind of like gestures to the hidden face. He's like, any introduction other than this will not be so friendly. And then he'll kind of like use the table to stand up a bit, and you'll see that the table kind of like bends under his weight, and as he just continues, like it seems like he's just continuing to stand up until he reaches a towering 8-foot tall stature and insanely wide shoulders. He is a very, very large person, and he will kind of snap
And
his
then
attention
as you
over
just
to.
grow and loom, as you just like grow taller and taller and loom over Hawthorne, he's gonna just look at you, and you'll just see a smile kind of start to grow on his face, like, and then he'll look up at you and he'll say, "By the gods, what are you, half ogre or half bugbear? You're enormous."
He's just regular bear.
He'll just say, "I am nothing of the sort," and then he'll snap his attention over to Braylon and say, "I'm gonna go get you that drink,"
Much appreciated.
and he'll head over to the bar and grab a drink.
At this time, I think Vilsarius is
And
gonna like
Hawthorne
bump into
will
him.
grab his
Oh,
own
okay.
hand and shake it.
Ah, yes. Oh, good heavens.
And I think Vilsarius is going to attempt to talk to this towering man who's getting drinks and being like, sir, have you seen a small green goblin by chance?
I can't say that I have. However, the two fine gentlemen over at that table are talking about it, and I'm on my way back there in just a second, if you would like to go join them.
Oh, all right. And then I'll just like sheepishly.
Those two hot smoking slabs of meat over there are talking about it.
Oh, and then there's like
Oh, good lord.
Ooh.
And then I'll just cautiously walk over to the table.
You return to the table, and as you walk up to the bar, Amphalin, to get the drinks for the table, you see this hooded figure in blue kind of greets you halfway, and he pauses in front of you. He is not as tall as you, but he is closer to your height than anyone else.
Okay.
He's a big guy, but he has a young voice. He stops and pauses and says, "Are you looking for Gotsmead? You and your compatriots at that table, are you looking for Gotsmead?"
And if we were?
"I am an emissary sent by Gotsmead to gather you and take you to him."
Do you have any letters or instructions from Gotsmead proving this fact?
"I have instructions, but no letters. Only that I must gather you and take you to him."
I think he's gonna kind of just grab like a pint of ale off of the tavern and say, "Well, let's go have a meeting with my comrades over here and see how they feel about this, because I'm not so sure what to read from this." And then he'll kind of like usher to go join them at the table.
All right. So he helps you gather. Did you get drinks for everyone, or just you and?
Just one for Braylon.
Okay, so
I already
you
have
grab
mine at the
that.
table.
As you go to pay for that drink, he's going to put down like a singular gold piece, which is enough to buy you guys drinks for the rest of the evening. And it's probably it's probably more than that even. So you just see him basically. It's like you go to the dollar store, buy a 30-cent piece of candy, and he puts a $100 bill on the table. And he puts that down, and he grabs more drinks, and he walks back with.
I will also grab a whole bunch of more drinks. I'll just like
Okay.
wrap up, like basically like start almost as best I can start lining the like handles on my arms to like walk over with like 30 drinks.
You see this like eye patch dragonborn like filling drinks as fast as he can behind. Anyways, all right, and you guys begin your approach. When you return to the table, Caleb, your guy is there, and now Turble, you've brought back another person.
I'm gonna not slam down, but like pretty aggressively set down all the drinks and be like, "This fine man brought us drinks for the rest of the night. I think we should hear him out."
And what is the name of this traveler?
You see he walks up and he pulls his blue hood down, and you see he's dressed in like really fine clothes, highly educated. Let me send his picture in there as well. He looks highly educated. He's very young. He's not very old.
He's blue like that?
He's blue like that. Probably a little lighter blue than... In similar respect to Caleb, that's just the color it gave it. I told it light blue, and then it turned him light blue. So he's probably closer to gray than blue, but same song and dance there. And you see he sits down, and you ask him his name, and he says, "My name is Halston, and I am here to gather you all and take you to Godsmead." Those of you who are looking for him.
And he seems to be telling the truth.
Go ahead and roll an insight check.
I trust him.
What'd you say?
I'm
I
desperate.
said I trust him.
Oh.
I really can't tell. I rolled an @1.
Ooh.
You said you didn't get drunk, Logan. No, so yeah, you're just uncertain. I think this is a lot of meeting for one moment. So there's a new guy here, but he goes, "My instructions were to come and find you here at this time, gather you, and begin to take you to Godsmead. Those of you who are interested in joining, I suppose."
How far are we traveling?
Well, we're
Very
traveling
well.
a number of miles. It will take a couple days.
Okay. How are we,
I'll just stand up.
what is your means of travel? Are we walking or by horse?
Horse.
Okay.
Before we discuss anything further, you see he stands up and he taps his staff on the ground, and it just sends out, he casts like prestidigitation. It's a small like bell ring, and the bartender looks at him, and he does a wrap-up sign, and the bartender says, "Everyone get out, we're closed." And everyone just like begrudgingly stands and starts to walk out except you guys.
I think,
and then the bartender goes and shuts the door behind him.
I think not understanding that was like a whole ploy. My character's gonna and start walking out.
No, you can stay. You can stay.
Oh. He's gonna turn
and you
around
see-
and then take another big swig of his drink.
He turns and he looks at all of you and he goes, "Braylon, Hawthorne, Losarius, and Phelan, correct? These are the four standing
Yes.
before me.
Correct.
Then you
Jeez.
are the ones that I was sent to retrieve."
Yes, I
Yes,
received the
I-
letter.
And I'll like look towards the rest of them, and I was like, "How else would he know our names?"
I
Magic.
I trust him. I'm gonna follow him.
All right. He goes, well, we must take.
As will I,
some
my
advice."
friend.
And you see he grabs his stuff. You see that he taps his staff again, and another bell rings, and the bartender comes out of his back room rolling a keg with him. And so he's following you guys out, rolling the keg. When you get out there, you see that there are 5 horses. One is hooked up to a wagon. He hops on the wagon one as the bartender puts one of what is like a bunch of provisions and a big barrel of ale on the wagon. He goes, please mount up and let us go. Feel free to ask me anything as we go. It will take some time for us to get there. Hopefully you packed some warm clothes. It's rather cold this time.
Can I fit on a horse, or do I need a war horse?
So I think he would have prepared for each of you individually. So I think he has a horse large enough for you to mount and ride.
Okay.
I'm on a pony.
I'm on a pony.
And if you guys notice my character, you're gonna notice that my character kind of like talks to the horse that he's gonna be riding, and just like
Go on.
you don't really know what he's saying, but he's offering it comfort basically, as he does with all horses. that
He's
he's
just
gonna
sharing a
ride.
moment with his horse.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right.
And if you guys, or if we have a moment, you will see Hawthorne reach into his pouch and pull out a little baggie and pour that into his whiskey, and he'll mix it around with his finger for a second and just chug it down the whole thing. And then he'll walk over to his horse and climb on.
All right. You see Halston hands a bag of money, basically an equivalent to the bartender, and says, "Thank you very much for your services. All of you are armed, correct? Because when we get there, there might be a little bit of a fight."
With whom? What
Well-
trouble has Godsme gotten in?
Well, it's much easier seen than explained. So I'll just give you the warning that there might be a combat, then explain what's happening. It's complex.
I guess I'll just be curious for these next couple days of travel.
All right. So did you guys want to? Was there any amount of, I guess, like get to know you in this time? Would you have taken your hood off and revealed yourself? You guys aren't traveling by any road. You guys are traveling off trail, basically.
I will talk with Phelan a little bit.
Okay.
And Phelan, I'll ride up next to him. What have you been up to this past year?
Just staying out of trouble mainly. Not that I'm not grateful, but what you did kind of branded me as a wanted man, and that's why I obscure my face so much. And also, it's not exactly the most precious sight to behold, but
I understand.
I've been trying my best to keep people out of situations that I got myself into. I don't think anyone deserves to be put through what I was put through. That's what
I
I've been
agree.
doing for this last year.
I hope that I may find a way to heal and fight back against the what's her name? Paragon. The Paragon. Hopefully Godsme can have some sort of help or answer with this, but we will see when we get there.
Let's play a game of charades.
I know. That's a great picture.
Yeah, it is.
Well, I want you to know that in your efforts to stopping the Paragon, I'm right there beside you.
Yeah. What is it, Logan?
In my time, I'm sure I've heard of what the Paragon is. Have I ever had any personal interactions with the Paragon?
Not unless you would think you had any reason to. I don't know that they would have tried to do anything
No.
to you. So if you had resisted them, you might have.
Okay.
But
So, remind me what the Paragon. Okay. Remind me what the Paragon are and
so
what their goal is.
the Paragon are basically to rid the world of heretics' darkness.
Devastation.
Yeah, so basically what they do is if they see any signs of dark magic, interplanar magic, they basically think that you are working for the Dark Heretic. Very rarely do they hold a trial before they exact justice. In a lot of places, the Paragon are actually like a great police force. Like crime typically goes down where they are, but in more serious and dire situations, uh, they might use excessive force to bring to pass you know,
Their will.
their will. And you are Udrend, right? Your character has lived in Udrend, the sister continent, basically.
Hmm.
So your experience with the Paragon would have been way lower. Like you might have maybe seen them on a ship, but they didn't really come to the mainland over there that much.
Hmm.
In fact, most
Okay.
of the worship occurring on your side isn't like people aren't worshiping with the Paragon on your place as much as they are like they're worshiping Ojin and Kor and people like that over on your continent more than Renora, where a lot of people are either worshiping Kor if they're in
Okay.
the south, and if they're in the north, they're worshiping Kor in the way that the Paragon do, which is a little more active.
Mhm.
And none of you have had any more contact with Godsmead besides the letters, have you?
Just gonna shake my head no.
Hmm.
Nor have I. Just a letter.
Hmm.
Do we know anything about the specifics of those letters, or like how he lured us in, or attracted our attention?
So I didn't write an actual letter for you, but we had conversations about it. I think yours was the furthest back, Logan, our conversation about what your entailed. Uh, but he he talked to you about some things that are particular to your backstory. So I don't want. So he knew who you were, and he was being specific to you when he contacted you. And he's done similar things to
Okay.
all of you. So he's
Hmm.
also offered to pay you for your time. And
That's right. Okay.
if Halston is any example, Godspeed has
Okay.
gold to spare. So
Okay. Then Hawthorne will say, "No, I haven't heard from him since that letter. But I am very curious to know what he knows and how he knows it."
If I may be so bold, what are your motivations to working with Godsmead? And that's directed
Well,
towards you. Yeah.
ultimately, I'm not sure.
Hmm.
And um you'll see Hawthorne kind of get a distant or a far off look in his face, and he'll say, "It's been a long time since I've tried anything like this, or done anything like this. Since I've gone out on an adventure. But, given the things he spoke of in his letter, I believe that he is right, that each of us has a purpose in this quest. So, I suppose time will tell."
Fair enough. And you might have overheard our conversation, but um, dealing with the Paragon is partially why we are out here, and we are hoping that through this adventure we can continue to bring more peace to this world and we are going to help as best as we can. I believe the only one that I am not familiar with anymore is our elf friend. What did you say your name was?
My name's Vilsarius.
Visarius. It's a very unique name. Where do you come from?
I come from the mountains.
It's quite the villainous name.
Vilsarius?
Visarius.
It's Vilsarius
I'm
Mistfall.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Um, I come from a mountain valley, very small, around the great city of Olirith. Well, I don't really know exactly where I'm from, but that's where I was raised.
Oh, well, it's great to meet you. And what brings you out on this adventure?
Honestly, I've just been needing some money to live. I have just been trying to reestablish my life after the what do we call it? Do we call it the Great Calamity? Is that what we're
Oh.
calling the the death of the heretic?
Yeah, that would probably be what you would refer to it as.
Yeah,
Mm.
but just after the Great Calamity.
Yes, all of our lives were turned upside down when that occurred. But I hope that you may find your way through this adventure.
Thank you.
Where did you say you were from again? You said
The
Olirith?
mountains near Olirith.
Olirith, okay.
Hmm.
Perfect. Awesome. I don't have anything else to say.
Halston's going to turn and look at you all and say, I will warn you a little bit about Gotsmead. He's a fairly eccentric man. He is not typical. He seems to get over enthusiastic about some things, and others it cares so little for that they're hardly a thought in his head. But I guess the best way to explain him is a sort of venture adventure. He has adventures that are crazy and backwards and finds people for it, but for this one, he's particularly enthusiastic about.
Ah,
He has much planned.
and where did Godsmead find you? Would you say your name Halson?
Halston, yes.
Halston.
Gotsmead knew my brother, and he
Oh,
found me. He found me sometime after that, and told me part of his plan, which I will allow him to explain, as it is much more his. He's more inclined to describe things like that than I, so I will allow him to do that. But
fair enough.
he found me, and he has been working with me to make some things happen.
Okay.
So he has asked me to gather you in Last Watch, as he is also a wanted man by the Paragon and cannot be out as much as he would like to be. So,
Okay.
speaking of the Paragon, we have to cross a main road here soon. Not very often, but the Paragon do at times patrol it, so I would be wary and prepared for an eventual run-in with them in the event it does happen.
Very, very well.
But anyways, forward and onward. You guys travel for a few more hours. Go ahead, Logan. Were you gonna say something?
With breath.
I was just gonna say, and where do you hail from?
Oh, I hail from mountains in the north. In the north of Renora, that is. The closest civilization would be Pine Grove. The next closest would be Ohm.
Hmm.
He
So you're a ways away from home then.
Yes, I traveled to Last Watch a number of weeks before this intended meeting time. I've been there for some time, gathering materials and supplies as Godsmeet had requested. This is the third run for supplies in preparation of this meeting. So
So does that mean there's others that are joining us?
I'm not sure. There are others that were invited, yes, but others that are there right now, I don't believe so, unless they arrived since I left.
I see.
But we shall proceed forward. Please be on high alert for Paragon. If somebody would like to roll me a luck check, that would be fantastic.
I'll do a luck check.
Dibs!
Oh, never mind. Logan called dibs. It's all him.
No, I dibs did. Mwahahaha. Oh, natural 20!
Roll again. Roll
20.
again.
Roll again. Let's see.
Natural
Roll again.
20.
Yeah, roll again to see if you insta kill the luck check.
Okay.
Darn it.
What a letdown.
Nope.
You guys proceed on the trail without interruption. You get off the trail onto the main road, travel for some time through a canyon, and then you loop back into the woods to head up toward the mountains. At this point, you guys have been traveling for probably about 4 or 5 days. At this point, Turble, do you think your character would have done anything to reveal what he looks like? I imagine 5 days on horseback,
Nope.
curled up in a towel.
Curled up in a towel. 5 days. No, I'm just kidding. He's probably like I'll leave it up to DM's discretion on how you want to play this, but I think for if he wanted to take it off, he would kind of like trail back a little bit and then take it off, or he would like take stuff off while he's eating, but he'd like face away from people. So
It's like the lower part or something.
yeah. So I
Okay,
like
that's
I'm open to letting people do like
It's like the Mandalorian.
perception or investigation or whatever to take a look at him, but like it wouldn't be an obvious thing.
I guess, is anyone curious enough to want to grab a peek?
Well, Chase, can you send it to me? Because I know what your character
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
Am
you
I
know
bad?
what
Okay.
I look like, cause Lamau. But let me.
Lamau.
I think my character is more interested in why he's hiding his face and not necessarily what he looks like.
Okay.
Here you
That's
go.
me too.
So if you
Here
guys would like
go
to,
from
do you want to
me.
like bring it up to him, or are you just?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think during like one evening when he's
At
like
some
eating
point
faced
during the
away.
5 days or 4 days, yeah.
Yeah, at some point I think my character is gonna walk up to Phelan and be like, "Do you mind if I ask you why you conceal your face?"
Absolutely. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
Fuck off, you little brat.
Uh,
No,
Immediately hostile.
I think he's gonna give you like a kind of cryptic answer, not like super cryptic, but he's gonna say, "As a kid, I was pretty reckless, and I got myself into a lot of situations. And one day, I got myself into a situation that I couldn't get myself out of, and that sticks with me all day, every day. That." And also some bad people are looking for me, so I try and keep my face so that people can't, like, say, "Oh, he's right there." So,
well, if you need anyone to talk to, I'm pretty sure that I have some experience in facial issues.
Yeah. It's like, "Oh, trust me, I could tell." my dude is very, very stupid and very, very dumb. So he doesn't
Very
know
blunt.
he doesn't know the best thing to say sometimes. So he's like, "Yeah, I could tell what happened there."
Well, I was born like this,
"Oh, I'm so sorry."
so
Have you ever
I
tried
don't
eating
know.
through that?
yes,
Does it work?
yes.
Huh. You ever think that like
It's
maybe
just-
you'd want to like make it a little bit bigger so you could get like bigger food in there, or?
No, it's big enough.
Yeah, it's damn right, it's big enough.
Okay. Well,
You know what?
Good
Never mind.
night.
I don't
And
know
I'll
him.
just walk away. I'll just walk away.
As you walk away, he's just gonna be like, "Good talking to you, Vilsarius," thinking that he did like
I just won't say anything.
Yeah,
just
and
put my
Phelan-
hand and kind of cover my face a little.
And Phelan's like, "That was a great, like, perfect interaction. Like that was flawless." He's thinking that he didn't say
Just-
anything wrong.
Depressed.
All right. So, with that, we're going to just skip ahead. So, you guys have been traveling for close to a week when you start to ascend a mountain. Uh, you ascend the mountain and you start to proceed through a small snow village. And there's a brick, like a stone brick road that wraps around one side of the mountain, and you follow that. And as you turn that side of the mountain, you see a large keep expanding off the mountain up into the sky. It has 3 tall spires on it and a main courtyard that is walled in. You see on the entrance there are no guards, and there is no marking on it
Ian, I don't
saying
know if
what
you're
it
still in here,
is
but
or
welcome to the
anything
stream.
like that. The village was populated with people who looked similar to Halston. It was a village of Goliath people, large half giants, basically. And you see that he leads the horse and brings the wagon in. There is a gap between the main gate, so a bridge has to be lowered, and a bridge is lowered. You see that this bridge falls as you guys approach, and Halston walks his horse through.
I follow suit.
All right.
I will follow dress.
Follow dress.
Same.
Yeah, get it? Follow suit, follow dress.
As you guys enter the courtyard, Halston hops off the horse, and you see a couple things in here. You see a large botanical centurion. It is leaning on the wall and sitting. It looks really rusty and it seems to be destroyed. Those of you who don't know what botanical centurions are, they are the halfway point between plant life and a robot, basically. They are big, they are tall, they are meant for protection, and you would have heard about them being in Botanica as part of like the Queen's Guard in Botanica. And they are the invention of the Queen's lead arcanomancer or artificer. He created these things. But you see there's one here that seems a little rusted, a little dilapidated, and it is kind of sitting by the door, and it wakes up, and it wakes up as you enter, and it approaches toward the wagon. Halston hops off his horse, unhitches his horse from the wagon, and this centurion grabs the wagon and begins to pull it to a storehouse. You see there are some people here. A lot of them are middle aged. I think the youngest person there is probably in their 30s, and they're wearing old garb for a now ruined city that was once called Rindwald. They wear green, tattered, they wear armor that is tarnished, but they seem to have established some kind of base camp to live here from. And Halston is going to say, "It has been a hard few days of travel. I know I've not allotted much sleep. If you need, you may rest, or we can go and meet with Gotsmead right now."
And there's no sign of fighting or anything like that going on?
Nope.
Okay.
Not yet. I pull out my sword. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
Yes, I would like to meet with him as soon as possible.
That's what I.
Of course. Of course. Well, then I will go tell him that you are here, and we will see what he does from there. Halston runs into the main central keep, and he goes up. He just goes in there, basically. And you guys are left out in this courtyard
Very
with all
well.
these people.
After you, gentlemen.
Ooh, why, thank you.
And then I'll follow everybody else.
Cool.
Walking in the same ring.
You guys walk in and you don't see Halston in there immediately, but you do hear him in the distance talking to someone. And he's going, "It's time. They are here. Let us go out and let us see what it is we are looking for." And then you see Halston walks back out, staff in hand, and he goes, "This is Captain Gottsmead." And you see Gottsmead comes walking out. I'm going to hurry and send what he looks like.
Another
there.
iteration of Gotchmead.
This
Well,
is
and I
this
said,
is just an AI generated image of him. So
cool. And
Oh,
I just sent
good.
another image of what my character could look like. Ooh. I like
Ooh.
how he has now adorned a more official looking garb.
Captain Gotchmead.
It's awesome.
Very good.
Hmm.
but he comes out and he goes, "I'm so glad you all have made it here today to meet with me about this potential venture. Um, all right, so let's get to work. So what we're going to do is we need to go down into the basement area, the dungeon of this keep, and fully clear it out before we can make something happen here. You with me?"
Yeah! And he's gonna run down.
Sure.
There's no going back now.
Lead the way.
Gottsmead then basically like starts running toward a door that goes downstairs. See, you go down a couple of levels, and he says, "We have been slowly clearing out this keep since we discovered it some 15, give or take, years ago. Uh, and there have been quite the amount of beasts and monsters that live inside of it. The only place we have yet to clear out is the dungeon. Once the dungeon is cleared out, we can actually set this up to be an official base of operations for our future endeavors."
Jason, I know what this is.
You know what this is, Asa?
I know what this is now.
No,
Ooh.
no.
Oh no.
I'm gonna run down
no.
and start swinging at some creatures.
You guys hear a bunch of hissing and noises down there.
Hmm.
Now,
Can I take the study action and identify what kind of creatures
go
are
ahead.
emitting the hissing?
Yeah, go ahead and roll. If you take the study action, I guess you get to choose an investigation
Okay.
or an insight check. So
Yeah, I'll
I
do
think this is an
investigation.
investigation. All right.
Oh man. A dirty 20.
So you hear what sounds like a horde of undead, a small gathering of zombies down in this dungeon. Gottsmead lights up a torch and he holds it out and draws his rapier. He says, "Let us begin."
Are you
He
sure
opens-
we're ready for this?
I'm as sure as I'll ever be, which is not ever sure enough. Let us go.
Which
And
is
he
not
opens the
ever
door.
sure enough.
Slightly confusing.
You guys
It
are on
works
a
out.
stairwell. There's
Uh-huh.
a doorway at the bottom of like a small, like basically 6 foot by 6 foot landing. He opens a door and almost immediately undead start to just flow out.
Oh,
Uh,
jeez.
you guys like have to back up the stairs a little bit. So go ahead and roll me initiative.
Sheesh.
Nat 20, but it's just a 20.
Nat 20.
Because I have +0 to initiative.
All right, nat 20.
15.
17.
I'm looking for my initiative. Bonus. There it is. 10.
All right. And then okay. So with that, the first zombie comes out, and operate like a horde. So there are many zombies operating on one initiative that do a total damage to that have like one attack roll to hit basically. So
Sure.
or it's 2 attack rolls to hit. As you defeat more zombies, they'll get one attack. Have like once you have their health, they'll
Sure.
only have one attack. Uh, so let me. Okay, so we're gonna start at the top of the order with Gotsmead, who's going to take his turn and just slink away into the crowd of zombies. He kind of disappears between them. And then after that, it's Turbo's turn.
Okay, can I? I'll explain if the answer to this is unsure. But can I do my object interaction and bonus action in like kind of one fell swoop? I basically I want to like rip my cloak off, but
Mhm.
then also like while doing that cast Shield of Faith
wanna-
on myself.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay. So, as Gotchmead kind of like slinks into the back, you're going to see and Phelan take 2 very large steps down the stairs, and he'll jump to the bottom, and like you will see all of his fear of like he doesn't want to be noticed, he doesn't want to be seen. All of that is melted away by the excitement of battle, and he rips his cloak off, and you guys see. You see this atrocious bug-faced man.
Oh
And-
God.
Yeah, and that kind of like hardened bug skin is all over his body. Like his knuckles have that. His spine is like raised and has that plating it. Like his whole body seems like it's got like a bug carapace on it.
What is he?
And he will, as he rips that off, he will slam down on the ground one final time, and just you will feel the floor shake a little bit. And as that entrance, he will cast Shield of Faith on himself. And then he is going to use his action to Great Sword. Would it just be one zombie?
It would be the horde. The horde
Okay.
has a total stat
Okay,
block.
okay. So yeah, he's gonna go to hit the horde.
All right.
17.
17 hits.
Okay, that is 15 damage.
All right, 15.
Nice.
You slice through a few. Whoop, I don't want to divide. You slice through probably 5 or 6 zombies as they. And they just start exploding their flesh everywhere. Following Turbo's turn, it's Logan's turn.
I am going to also take my great sword. I will draw it whooshing, and make 2 big fat slices towards towards the horde.
All right.
The first one is a nat 1,
Well, that
and
misses.
the second one is a 2.
So,
Big,
So a 9, but a
big.
2.
So Logan, you go to swing, or rather Hawthorne, you go to swing, and it has been a minute to draw your sword and fight, and especially where door open, zombies, boom, burst out. You swing, and it buckles you down to your knee. You are under the effects of the prone condition for the time being. Following Hawthorne's turn, it's Vilsarius.
Okay. Is this staircase pretty wide or is it pretty narrow?
This staircase is at most 5.5 feet wide. At
Okay.
most.
So am I able to like walk around this Hawthorne body that just rumpled to the
You-
floor?
My bad,
we'll say
bad.
that you can step over him,
Okay.
but it'll be difficult terrain. So
Okay.
the staircase is probably about, from the last landing, it's probably about 30 feet
Okay.
to the next landing. So it's landing, 30 feet of stairs, landing. You guys are 10 feet from that main landing. Godsmead disappeared.
From the
to.
bottom landing.
Yep,
Oh.
that has the dungeon door on it.
Well, good thing I have 45 walking speed.
Oh,
So I'm gonna pull out the glaive from my back, and I'm gonna carefully step over Hawthorne as I make my way down the stairs. And if you're in front of me, you're gonna see a very light, kind of like quick flash of very soft yellow glow as I rage, and my eyes will be kind of like have like a gold shimmer around them when I'm raged.
mm.
And then I'm gonna take a big ol' whack at Summended when I reach them.
All right. Go ahead and roll your attack action, or your attack.
Does a 23 hit?
23 does, in fact, if you can believe it, it hits.
Oh, beautiful. That's what I want. Exactly what I want.
It hits perfect.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. That'll be 6 total damage.
6 damage. You
6 total
slash
damage.
through. You slash through a couple of these zombies. They fall and clatter. At this point, the ones that have fallen, tripping some of the ones behind them, but the zombies are just pouring out, and they're
Mhm.
just folding over, World War Z style.
Hmm.
Following Vilsarius's turn, it's the zombie horde's turn. The zombie horde is going to. So right now at the front, so we're gonna say that when you jumped over Turble, you're in the landing with the zombies. Caleb, you're in front of Hawthorne, and then Asa, you're
Mhm.
behind Hawthorne.
So
All right.
is it like I'm on a platform above them all, or how is it the
You're at
terrain
an
looking?
you're at an incline above them.
Oh,
So
okay.
think of like a small square room with a doorway, and in that, like, there's 2 doorways. On one side is the dungeon. On the other side is a staircase that's 5 feet wide that goes
Oh,
up
okay.
to another landing.
So I'm a little up on the stairway, looking
Yep.
kind of down at all this happening.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Uh,
And how many zombies are coming out of the room?
They're like a ton. Like probably, like you would assume that there's probably close to 50 trying to flood out of this room all at
Okay.
once.
Jeez.
So following,
It's
so
gonna
the
be fine.
zombies, it's going to swing at the person. So they have 2 attacks. They're gonna do 1 attack on Amphalin and 1 attack on Vilsarius. Let me hurry and roll those. There it is. All right, so the attack on Amphalin is a 20, and the attack on Vilsarius is a 17.
Hits.
It just barely hits me.
Barely hits.
Yeah.
Okay. Each of you take. Let me hurry and find my pre-roll. There it is. Okay, each of you take. So Turble, you take 22. Caleb, you take 19 damage. The zombies dig their nails into your skin. Turble, you feel a bunch of and Phelan, you feel a bunch of their hands hit your body and slide off. And then one grabs right by one of your, just in the crack of one of your pieces of carapace, and it starts to get to you underneath that. And they are screaming. They are making a lot of noise. Following the zombie horde is Braylin's turn.
Cool. So how many zombies are, I guess, have come out of the door so
So
far?
let's say that, like, I don't know how to calculate the total
Right.
volume of the room. So let's say
And I'm
maybe 20, 15 or 20 zombies are stumbling out.
Okay. And can they? Is it like a pinched, like pincer? How do you say that? A pinched point where really only a couple of them can attack us at a time because of how the hallway is shaped.
Like a bottleneck.
And Is it
Yeah,
thank you,
something
bottleneck?
something like that, but they all act like you're taking attacks be probably 5 zombies at a time. Those of you
Okay.
on the stairs, they have disadvantage when they attack you, just because you're at an angle and they are bottlenecked. But I just for the sake of simplicity, they have one stat block that rolls twice until they have half health, and then
Okay.
it rolls once.
Actually,
So
never
they
mind.
have
It's
and
good.
they have one health, I guess.
Okay.
Just so like if you want to attack
Mm.
basically you're attacking
Okay.
one big zombie is what
Okay.
you
Okay. Cool. Chase, what were you going to say?
Oh, it's too late. I was gonna do something, but I got like you've already started your turn, and it's too late. I missed it.
Chase, go put your nose on the
Chase, no.
All right, you can leave timeout now.
All right, you can get out of timeout now. It's okay, Turbo. Did you think about what you did?
Oh, well, then stay there.
All right, get back in timeout. All right.
Cool.
It
So
is
all these zombies
Brainland's
are coming
turn.
out.
Yep.
You guys are fighting them, and you see a little smile creep on my face, and a spell book that you hadn't seen before appears, and you see the pages glow slightly, and from my hand, a small ball of fire appears, and then you
Uh-oh.
see.
Not a
you
big
hear-
ball of fire, right?
It's just a little one.
Well,
Just
so
a
far it's
small-
little.
Size doesn't matter, all right?
It'll get bigger.
I just gotta finagle the ball a little.
Dude,
and
he's a
then
shower,
it'll
not a
go.
grower, all right? Leave him
It's a
alone.
You hear some like a little incantation, like and then get down, and you see a ball of fire leave my hand, and you think it's small, but as you turn, you see it ever growingly increase in size as it hits the doorway. In a 20-foot radius fireball.
I'm so dead.
Fireball.
I'm so dead.
I'm dead. You killed me.
I'm actually so dead.
I guess it's a third level attacking spell.
It's a deck save, right?
Fireball is a dexterity save.
I'm dead.
I have danger sense.
It
I'm
targets
so
takes
dead.
8d6 fire damage.
I'm
on a
so
failed
dead.
save. Oh,
I'm so
Jason,
dead.
How
I
much
remember
HP do you have?
conversations At the beginning,
I have
saying,
27. And I have a +0 to dex. I'm so dead.
Okay, so how far are we away from the doorway?
So the door room, so the doorway, so basically the only person who isn't going to be hit by this is you, because you're at the back of the line and you just flung a fireball to the front of the line.
Okay, I'm not going to throw a fireball at the front. I just thought it would be hilarious. In the
I was
smallest room
ready.
ever.
Yeah, hold on. I want to see.
Ready.
I want to see if what's the DC? I just want to see.
I guess it's whatever my intelligence score is. Dex save 14 is what this says.
That's an
Dang.
8. I would have died.
You're
I would have
cooked.
died. Yeah.
I have advantage.
It would have been roast bug for dinner.
So you're gonna.
Oh, I would have
I'm
barely.
prone, which means I think I automatically fail.
How do
Yeah.
you get prone?
Because the
He
nat
rolled
one.
he rolled a
No.
nat 1 and 2.
Yes, I tripped as I swung.
That's right. Okay. What I'm really gonna cast is it's called web.
Oh, I love
at
web.
the doorway. Yeah, so I'm gonna. Same thing. You hear some incantation, and then duck, and then like, a spray of white string rope comes out of my hand, which is web.
After he finagled his ball,
He's
he threw
Spider-Man.
white goop at the wall.
Oh, that's going in quotes.
Oh. I finagled my fireball until I webbed. Rawr.
So it says, okay. It is a 20-foot cube, so
Okay.
they might have to unstick themselves and step out of it. But I want to shoot for as far into the doorway as possible.
All right. So the
I've
web
been
is
gooped.
difficult terrain, and it's lightly obscured. Okay. So webs layer over a flat surface and have a depth of 5 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are immediately just clouded by web down in the room. Basically, everyone can't see, and you lose basically half your movement moving through.
You know
But
the
zombies also lose half of their movement.
you know the poison spider spawners in mine shafts.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what
It's
I'm
like
picturing.
that. It's basically that.
Oh boy.
All right. So you do that, and the zombies. Okay, so they have to do to exit. They do a strength save
Mm-hmm.
Hey, so thank you for not
against the
TPKing.
No, yeah.
against the spell save DC.
It
Also,
was very.
the average of
Mm.
8d6 is 28.
Yeah,
That's the
that's
average number.
that is one more than the health I have.
And when I just rolled it, I got 36.
Yeah, I would have died.
Ah!
See ya.
Leaps down to the bottom of
I'm like,
the chair.
yes!
And then he curls like a spider on the bottom of it.
It's like, well, GG next character.
Reroll. He sheds his exoskeleton and is perfectly fine.
Cool, and that's a JoJo reference.
He's actually a gnome.
So, Payson, let me ask. So, in the restrained, at least in the 2014 rules, it says attack rolls have advantage against creatures like that. Is that still the same thing for the 2024 rules?
Let's see. Advantage, adventure, alignment. It's in order. Conditioned. Okay.
Restrained, right?
conditioned.
And the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage.
Let me hurry and pull this up.
That's what the restrained condition says, but I don't know how everything works together anymore.
I'm lost.
Speed 0. Disadvantage on attack rolls. The creature has disadvantage on attack rolls in it, advantage to attack rolls against the creature in it, and
Okay.
disadvantage on dexterity saves.
Now I cast Fireball.
Yeah.
Ah!
And then you cast Fireball. All right. So
I'm getting flashbacks to when Alarak used burning hands down in the cellar to get rid of that carrot man.
so you fling spider webs down there, and the zombies they stop flowing out, which can be a good thing. Following Asa's turn, the zombies are going to take a legendary action. The zombie horde. Hey, I'm throwing legendary actions at you right off the get-go, and they're going to use a bite attack. They're going to bite the closest person, which is going to be Amphalon. Or the person closest to the dungeon, they get a 20. That hits you, right? So they get a 20. You take
That's with
3d.
disadvantage.
Dang.
Oh, let me roll with disadvantage. Yes, that's with disadvantage.
Dang.
Oof. I tried,
Okay.
boys.
You take
Rest in
7
peace.
poison damage
Okay.
and roll a Constitution saving.
Ooh, I got decent con. 19.
Black Traveler.
What did you roll?
19.
19. So you succeed.
Yay.
Let me know when you're done with that turn, because I want to do something.
So this turn is just about done. So you see that they bite you. They do 7 damage, and you see that the zombies that bite you seem to reconstitute a little bit. That they seem to become a little better. And then following the zombies' turn. So is it something that has
It's
to
a
happen
reaction.
on your turn?
No, it's a reaction.
Okay, go ahead.
Hellish Rebuke.
Hellish Rebuke.
Yeah,
All right,
That's a good
go
one.
ahead and
Dex saving throw. DC 13.
dex save.
And am I next to him?
Next to Amphalon.
Uh huh.
So right now it goes Amphalin, Vilsarius, you, and then Asa.
Well, zombies. And
Wait, Logan, are you talking in initiative order or like distance wise?
Like, is my person physically next to him?
Your person is physically, you're probably like 10 feet away from him,
All right.
which would be, in terms of movement, 20 feet. The... Did I already tell you how much damage you take from...
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, they fail the dex save.
Okay. So they're gonna take the full 3d10
Okay,
because I'm doing it at second level. Boink.
alright.
20 fire damage.
20 damage.
Sheesh. Hellish rebuke. His jaw unhinges as a bug would. Spews fire.
I can't do old man.
Fire!
Quick enough for an old man. And his cry of horror. I'm not ready for it. Okay.
His
so-
hellish rebuke. The power Christ compels you.
Okay. So,
I gotta take my
so
jacket off. It's
following,
getting hot in here.
following the hellish rebuke, you're going, not you,
Gotcha.
crap.
Who's you?
Hawthorne, you feel yourself, basically someone has relinquished their action to free you from the webs and stand you up. So you don't have to use your
Godsmeed.
turn anymore. And you see Gotsmeed standing by you, and he's like, "There's still fight to do. Get up." And then he's gonna bonus action hide and go back into the webs.
All right. So I am going to stand up and lunge forward with
That
my
one.
great
Hold up.
sword.
You're up, but it's Turbo's turn, and then it'll be your turn.
Oh, my bad.
Sorry. You're good. You're good.
Okay, I wanna. I'm going to bonus action touch myself, and give myself shining smite.
Shining smite.
Why is that so bright?
And then I realized an oopsie doopsie that I made on my last turn. I get to roll twice for an attack. Like I get to do 2 attacks during 1 attack action. So I'm gonna do both
okay.
of those. So 16 plus 7 is 23
Hits.
for my first, and then nat 20 for my second one.
Okay, that hits. Roll a second nat
Yeesh.
20.
Yoink. 13. So no.
Okay.
Um.
Watch Amphalin literally air horse turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna be doing 4d6 plus 8.
All right.
And then, but the second 2d6. So I'm doing, what would that? Are we doing double the dice or double the damage for nat 20s?
Nat 20s, just double the dice.
Okay, so then I will be doing 6d6 plus 12.
12.
6, 7, 10, 20, 22. That's 22 plus 12, 34. And then on top of, so that's 34 slashing.
Mhm.
And then the Shining Smite is an extra 2d6. Is that doubled
Right.
because of the nat 20?
Did you which attack did you do smite to your first?
I don't know. I put it on before I attacked, so I assume maybe the
Okay.
first.
So when you have multiple attacks, make sure in the future we'll let you crit with this one,
Okay.
but specify which attack you're applying your
Okay.
smite to.
Okay, thank you for being so kind and so generous.
I don't know. Let me make sure
Um,
I'm making it correct.
It's basically either 2d6 or 4d6 of
Yeah, just go with double the smite for now.
Okay.
With the
So what did I say? I said, did you write down how much damage I had in the first place?
34.
34. Okay, so that was 34 slashing, and then 10, 16, 17 radiant.
Okay, so how the technical term works is when you hit a creature with a melee weapon, you can at that point decide whether you want to divine smite before you roll the damage. So you can confirm you hit to use your divine smite, and then you roll the damage. So it's only one of your attacks. So like at the
Okay.
beginning, if you like, you can roll to see if you hit both and then apply the smite.
Okay,
if you want.
so I can say I rolled both and then be like, I want to apply the smite to my second nat 20 attack. Okay,
Yeah.
then that's what I'll be doing.
Okay, you
for
just
this round.
can't apply a smite after you've done.
Like
after you
if I
roll
do all the damage, then be like, I want to
Yep.
smite. It's
Yeah.
got to be before the damage. Gotcha. Okay.
And then it requires a spell slot.
Yes.
So
Yeah, I'm
okay.
out of second level spell slots because I
Run!
did Hellish Rebuke at second level and Inflict Wounds at Shining Smite at second level.
Inflict wounds, very good.
And Heining Shite.
Shining Shite. Yeah, so that's however much slashing I said, and then
Yep.
17 radiant damage. Is the radiant double because of their undead?
They don't. These zombies don't actually have a. Oh, they're not weak to radiant damage.
Understood.
They're immune to poison though.
Well
That's
then,
good to know.
Cooland, you fool! Why did they poison me and not themselves?
Oh, there is a condition, radiant damage, but it's not a weakness. Anyways. All right. So following that term, you see now probably about 30 zombies have been killed by you. So less than half of them remain. Go ahead and take your turn, Hawthorne.
Who are you, Thorn?
Hail! It's about time.
Good reference. Good reference.
Who are you, Thorn?
All right, so now let's kill the rest of them. I'm gonna swing my great sword. Well, actually, I'm going to lunge forward, diving between whoever is in front of me,
That's
Viserion.
Viserial and
Viserius.
Oh,
Viserius.
okay.
Oh, did I say
Yes.
Viserion?
Vilsarius, I guess.
Vilsarius.
Vilsarius.
Vilsarius
Are you
Levius.
Sarius?
And I am going to do a charge attack.
All right.
So I am going to run forward in a straight line, and I have the chance to gain an extra 1d8 bonus damage.
Okay.
Okay, so the first attack. Hell yeah! 22 to hit.
22 hits.
Loki
Alright,
dropped
so that would be
weapons for
11
zombies.
plus 2. So, that's a grand total of 13 damage on the first hit.
All right.
And then I am going to... Can I do a trip attack on a horde of creatures?
Wait, Logan,
Can I
Yeah, I
try
just let
to
I
trip
just let
the
charge
group in
happen.
front?
I mean, to be fair, Cooland, you did say that they do trip over themselves as well, so you could argue that
go
he
ahead.
trips them and then they trip over
Turbo.
themselves.
Good point, Turbo.
Thank you. Do I get inspiration? No, I'm just kidding.
Time to watch the dominoes fall.
Honestly,
Freaking
forgot
kidding me, I
about
hit-
inspiration until
That is the third 2 I have hit
Logan, you have
this
advantage.
tonight alone.
You do have advantage, Logan.
Frick yeah!
I do.
Oh, suppose then that was the advantage to the second or first
The
hit.
first, yeah.
So okay.
I'm down with
So do
that.
I get
2 rolls.
all right.
Dos no
Alright.
los.
Second one is 18 or 20 to hit.
Hits.
20. Okay. Then we are going to have a grand total of 8 plus 1. 9 damage.
All right. You
And they must make a deck save, otherwise they fall prone.
They fall
Dex save
flat
of
on their
12.
thighs.
Alright. So you see You see Hawthorne is now standing. He surges forward with his greatsword, and we'll say, just for flavor's sake, you flip it sideways, embrace it against your arm, and push basically up to the door, the zombies. And when you let go, you push the first couple in front down and knock them back into the dungeon. So now you guys have a little more space freed up to work in here.
Can he run through the
Okay.
webs like that?
So how much movement do you have, Logan?
I have 30 feet, I think.
So if you have 30 feet, then yes, because it's 15 feet. Asa, your character is at 20 feet, and he was in front of your character, and it turns it into difficult terrain. So 15 feet would have been, 15 feet is just enough to make that happen. But yeah, so Logan, you shove them back into the door. Following
Okay.
Hawthorne's turn is Vilsarius's turn.
Okay, so the zombies that were on top of me are no longer
Mhm.
munching on me.
You see Hawthorne has just surged forward and
Mhm.
pushed him back
Okay.
toward the dungeon, basically.
Okay, so I'm gonna charge in there with my 45 whacking, and I'm just gonna charge in there, and pretty much I'm just gonna lightly nudge Hawthorne out of the way as he just pushed all of the zombies,
All right.
and I am going to reckless attack into this mass horde that
All
is right in
right.
front of me. And you know it's pretty cool. I get 3 attacks because pull out mastery.
Yeah, but really, I've been doing this one.
So I have advantage on everything. They have advantage on me, but since they were at disadvantage, they just get
So,
right.
so this is where it gets difficult because
Ah.
Hawthorne pushed them 10 feet back,
Yep.
which puts them into the dungeon again, basically,
Mhm.
which means that. So, where did you cast the point of origin for your web, Asa? Do you think you just did it by the dungeon door or at the bottom of the stairs?
I did it
or
on the door. So I guess in a cube that's 10 feet
on either
from the
side?
door our ways and 10
Oh, I
feet
see.
on the other side. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess none of you were actually stuck in the webs, other than
Okay.
Impalin, and maybe you were on the edge of them. Sorry, but so now the zombies are
So
in
now
there.
they're
So
in
yeah,
the web. Okay.
they're fully in the web now.
Okay. All right. Cool. So, all right. Then I will just start slashing away at them.
All right.
I have advantage. I have advantage. I have advantage. Does 14 hit?
14 does hit.
Oh. All right. Next attack. That one definitely hits. Beautiful. Oh, and the third one's a nat 20.
Oh,
Rolling
Good,
again. No, it was not, but it was a high roll. Okay.
how
now
about no?
How about no?
to that.
I love gold.
Yeah, cool. And when Logan was talking about the tripping, I had a similar question. I was like, I was gonna do, because I have channel divinity control and dead,
Oh,
but I was like, I don't know how that works because it's just horde. So I was like, you know what, shining smite, why not?
right.
Let's see. 1 second. 25 slashing damage.
All right. You do 25 slashing damage, and you see this horde begins to fall. How do you want to kill this horde? What does it look like?
So you're gonna see me as I like rush past Hawthorne into this web of undead. And as I'm charging, I'm kind of yelling at this point, but instead of a yell, you're gonna hear a slight tinge of beastly roar as I charge in, and you're just gonna see a streak of yellow, like from my eyes, you know.
It's piss.
Yeah, it's piss. I'm pissing my pants. And I dive in there, and you're gonna see me like twirl around my glaive in the middle of this horde as I slash away and hack at them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
You guys watch as the zombies fall, and Gotsmead bursts out of the webs and goes, "All right, time to proceed into the dungeon. You guys are welcome to anything you find in here."
Cool.
Dibs.
I immediately grab Godsmead and walk out.
It's just very simple.
I'm gonna like after seeing that, I want to like walk over to Vilsarius and kind of like put my arm around him and go like, yeah, that was badass. And then like by putting my arm around him, I see that like I'm not wearing my cloak anymore, and I go, and I like run away and I hide in the corner.
I'm just gonna turn and be like, "You look great, my friend. Much better than I."
Are you a cockroach?
Are
What
you
are
one of
you?
them roaches in the cooks?
Are you a
Filthy little
beetle?
cockroach.
Are you a beetle? Okay. All right. So does someone want to roll on a loot table, and we'll see what y'all get?
Are we each rolling or just one person?
Hmm, 2.
Two people?
There's gonna be 2 items. Yep.
If I
I-
guess what you rolled, can I like what dice you rolled? Can it be 4?
Sure.
You rolled a d4. And you got a 2.
Well, okay. Each of you roll on the loot table.
Yeah, Asa! Good shit, Asa. Way to
Goofy.
go, man.
Persuasion.
What is the loot
What-
table?
Yeah, what
Oh,
die
let
are you
me-
rolling?
Let me pull it up.
Good job, Asa.
Let me pull it up.
The best
I
part was
can't
that he
believe
like
you agreed to it.
he called you on that. He's like, you're not gonna guess D4. Shit.
See,
There's only 4 of us.
Exactly.
okay. Let's see.
Is that what one of the zombies make? The sound.
Oh, this is an EX.
Yeah, after it died, it
It just released its gas. Yeah. Mhm.
was
All the
holding
air
it
that
was
trapped
it was
in it.
holding on to that from when it was alive.
One loot table to roll them all.
Oh. Is this
I
the one that
popped
you've
my twos.
compiled into like multiple loot tables or?
No.
Okay.
Because it is what am I trying to say? It is that has wondrous items in it that are
Right.
basically for higher level.
Mm-hmm. No, I gotcha. That's what I was asking.
This is I have too many loot tables is what we know.
It's a D100 we're all rolling.
Yeah, it's a D100.
D100. Do I roll?
It's actually a D1000.
I'll just roll.
Do I roll
Yeah,
my
well,
Do I
Hold
roll
on,
my
let me
red
roll.
or my gray dice? What do we think is gonna be better? You're right, gray. Thank you. That's a 29 from the Tubby Bub.
I guess for a D1000, you just have to roll it.
10
Every
times.
number.
It's a D100. I was
No, I know. I was just
No,
curious
he's
how
just
that would work.
he's just thinking of the logistics of
Oh.
a
You just roll a
D1000.
D, like probably roll a D10 4 times for each number.
7.
all right.
Well, to be fair though, so you would have to. I think it'd be the first number. You'd flip a coin, because you could either get a 0 or a 1. And then for the next 3, you would roll a D10 to see if you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 0.
Right.
That works.
Right.
But the first one, since it's a D1000, you would roll
Oh yeah, you're right.
Coin.
you'd flip a coin to
Mhm.
see if you got a 0 or 1.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's fair.
I got 98.
98.
But if you roll
Ah.
on the if you flip a coin and you like rolled what would be a 1, then you would just have to be
Then
like
you'd
the rest of
have
them
to-
I got
yeah.
all zeros.
Mm-hmm.
But then that's a 50% chance that you get 1,000.
Well, I guess it would work that like if you got the 0 on the first roll, that would be the but then the rest.
But
I don't know.
still,
You're right.
I guess
don't
we
know.
just have to build a D1000 die.
Yeah.
We must. You roll a you roll 10 D100s. That's what you do.
Okay.
Holy Maria.
Okay, let's see. Okay, I found
Alexis.
it. Go
Hi,
ahead.
Alexis.
They're all saying hi.
Hello, Alexis.
Oh!
Goodbye, Alexis. No, I'm just kidding.
Except for Chase, he said goodbye.
Ooh.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask for your rolls one more time. We're gonna start with Logan. What did you roll?
7.
A 7.
Logan, you were supposed to roll a D100, not a D8.
Logan, you have a random spell scroll. Let me hurry and.
Ooh.
He gets a wish
Uh,
spell.
Oh.
Power word kill. He becomes
We might
Amadeus.
we might have you, Logan. We might have you reroll.
Actually,
want that?
I'd like this. Yes.
Okay, let me.
Dang it, I guess I have to find the list of random.
No. Okay.
But it also
Uh,
doesn't matter really what it is because I know what I'm gonna do with it.
Okay.
What?
It is
Give it
a.
to someone else.
Okay, wait. All percent based. It is a thunderclap spell scroll.
Heck yeah.
It was a
I want to
cantrip.
role play something, but I get after we all roll our stuff.
Okay.
Ace is into roleplay.
I stab Logan in the stomach and steal his.
I want to roleplay something cool. I kill
Betrayal.
you. Okay. Now Asa, what did you roll?
84.
84. You get.
AIDS. One of the zombies.
No.
The
bit
worst
you,
part
and
about
he had
that
AIDS.
is if you get that, we're in medieval fantasy world. We don't have the medicine to fix that.
You get an alchemy jug.
Oh.
Shows your
Maybe we do have the medicine to fix that.
Maybe.
All right. Turble.
29.
21.
No, 29.
29.
Thank you.
Okay, 29. You have a potion of gaseous form.
Oh.
Oh, cool.
Does that mean I fart a lot?
Yeah.
No. You become the fart.
Yeah. Caleb.
98.
98. Oh my.
It's a good number.
Oh my. Oh. Oh. Let's see.
Oh.
I just made a poopy in my pants.
I just made a duty.
Disgusting.
I need to bookmark this so
Wait,
it
so
stops taking me forever.
Is gaseous form literally just like Reaper Wraith form?
Yeah, but you turn into
Yep.
gas.
What does Reaper turn into?
A shadow.
Oh, Turble, get Lord. 98. Okay, I don't know what this is. Let me hurry and look it up before I give it to you.
Oh. Very good. I like this. I like it when the DM has no idea what the F this item is.
I want instead of role playing with Logan, can I role play with Caleb?
No.
Okay.
Instead of role-playing with any of these three, can I
I
role-play with
use my
Grasse
full on
Onfroy?
mastery to absolutely decimate him before he enters my 5 feet of reach.
I don't remember how to bookmark stuff on this. fucking Google. I don't. It's
Okay, let me
missing
walk you through it. Let me walk you through it. So
Okay.
you see that little star right next to
Wait,
the
but
search
it didn't
bar?
put it. It didn't put it there. It didn't put it there.
Share your
no,
screen.
no, I ain't sharing my screen,
You share your
brother.
screen.
Share your screen.
No, I press the star, but it doesn't put it up on the bar like where my other bookmarks are. Whatever, bruh. Whatever.
Show me the master document.
Okay. Okay.
Is it cool?
You get the filter of love.
Yeah.
What?
Asa, now I really want to roleplay with him. What is it?
What? This is. Okay, next time you see a creature within 10 minutes after drinking this filter, you become charmed by that creature for 1 hour. If the creature is of a
Well-
species and gender you are normally attracted to, you regard it as your true love while you are charmed. The potion's rose-hued, effervescent liquid contains one easy-to-miss bubble shaped like a heart.
Well, this is
Dude.
useless because I have advantage on saves against being charmed. And
But you
actually
don't
Use it on
drink it.
somebody else.
You put it in
Right,
someone
you could
else's
use it
drink.
on someone else.
But, but,
Oi!
oh, I have a love potion now.
What is
You
it
have
called?
a love potion.
Filter
What is
of
it
love.
called? What is it called at the bars where they slip something in the girl's drink?
Roofie?
Roofie. Here's the
Rufio.
roofie potion.
Wait, where did
You
Turbo
basically have roofies.
Did
I don't
Turbo
know.
say where he went?
I felt like he's just lying down.
Turbo,
Is he having a
wake up.
back moment?
Turbo,
Maybe.
wake up.
Turbo,
Back
turbo,
moment.
turbo.
What does the
Turbo beer,
alchemy
turbo
jug
beer,
do?
turbo beer.
Let me hear you
Is
pull
it-
that up for you.
Oh, you're good.
I can't believe I have a love potion.
The alchemy jug.
Does anybody want
It's
this?
a wondrous item. The ceramic jug appears to be able to hold a gallon of liquid, weighs 12 pounds, whether full or empty. Sloshing sounds can be heard in the jug when it is shaken, even if the jug is empty. You can use an action and name one liquid to cause the jug to produce the chosen liquid. Afterwards, you uncork the jug as an action and pour that liquid out, up to 2 gallons per minute. The maximum amount of liquid the jug can produce depends on the liquid you named. Once the jug starts producing a liquid, it can't produce a different one or more of one that has reached its maximum until the next dawn. Okay, and this is the table. You can produce 8 ounces of acid, a half ounce of basic poison, 4 gallons of beer, 1 gallon of honey, 2 gallons of mayonnaise, 1 quart of oil, 2 gallons of vinegar, 8 gallons of water, fresh water, 12 gallons of salt water, and 1 gallon of wine.
1 gallon of
Alright,
wine.
the mayonnaise one got me. That was.
I don't know
here's the
why they
thing-
have that specified there.
Here's the thing that sucks though is
2
that's
gallons of mayo.
Ace
Can you
Ace is
send me that table?
Ace is the person who always cooks in our campaigns and makes like the best food ever. So we're laughing at it, but he's probably gonna appease a god with that.
It's gonna be great.
Ace
gallons of
is gonna make
mayo.
another omelet to impress the gods.
May I interest you in 2 gallons of mayonnaise? Your god is
Okay.
Patrick Star.
All right, so everyone got what they got.
Not what I want, though.
Can I
Get what you get.
communicate with Hawthorne now?
No.
Please, sir.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hawthorne, do you mind if I take a look at that
Yes.
floor really quick?
Oh, and please, I believe it is a... No. If you look at these runes here inscribed on the scroll itself, this is a scroll of thunderclap.
Right.
It will be of no use to me, so please, if it is all right, I would like to give it to you.
Oh, well, I appreciate. I just wanted to look at it, but if you, yeah, I will gladly take it if that's okay with you.
Of course.
Okay. You will see.
And as he hands it to you, you'll see him kind of like... It'll be subtle. But it'll be like he doesn't quite want to let it go, but he will.
Okay. Well, I'll see that apprehension, and I'll open up the scroll, and I'll kind of nod at it, and you'll see me take out my spell book, and a quill appear in my hand, and you'll just see me like start scribbling, and after a couple minutes, I'll close my spell book and say thank you, and I'll hand you back the spell scroll. I don't have any more use for it.
When you write it down, or during those few minutes while you're writing, you'll just see Hawthorne kind of looking over your shoulder as you transcribe the notes, and before you finish, there'll be a couple of instances where he'll say, but don't forget this, and he'll point out like this little a little line here, or an emphasis on this word there, for the inscription or the understanding of the spell, and for that brief moment, you get a glimpse of he has an understanding for magic,
Cool.
but he exhibited no magical inclination during the fight.
Cool. Oh, well, I appreciate your expertise, my friend. I myself am someone who loves to discover new magic and incantations. So if you ever come across anything like this, please let me know.
I'm something of a scientist myself.
I was gonna say the same thing.
But yes, and I'll hand you back the scroll. Now that I have this knowledge, I'll return the scroll to you. So I appreciate it.
Of course. And is there anyone else who would like this scroll of Thunderclap?
I have no
And
use.
he'll
Would I be able to cast that?
anybody can use it.
I'll take it.
Anybody can use it. Perfect. You can now do a Thunderclap spell.
Yippee!
One free thunderclap. Wow.
Yeah, scrolls work. That you use it once
Attention.
and it vanishes, right?
Burns up.
Yep.
Yeah.
What is Thunderclap? 5e.
Dope.
Thunderclap and flash.
Thunderclap and Flash. You create
Oh.
Oh,
I wish
I had Thunderclap on my Declan.
Yep.
Nuh-uh.
Step.
Hey,
What level is it,
brother.
Coolin?
Thunderclap
First
is a
level.
cantrip.
Wait.
It is a
Oh,
cantrip.
I'm thinking of
but-
Thunderwave.
Yeah. It's a
Whoops.
cantrip.
I got a cantrip.
Yeah.
You gave me a
you-
spell scroll with a
Listen.
cantrip.
You
That's
got a
what you
cantrip.
rolled.
I got a love potion. Okay.
Yeah, and Asa
I
got
offered to let
mayonnaise,
you roll
so-
again.
One of these is
I
far
offered
more
to let you-
useful than the other.
I offered to let you roll again.
Ooh,
It was a spell scroll for a cantrip.
it's true. He did.
I didn't want to give
am
it
just
to you.
ticked.
I didn't want to give it to you.
I'll go
I'm
back
ticked.
and everything if you wanna.
Asa's like, I will give him this.
No.
Yeah, if it
just
makes you feel any better, I got mayonnaise. So
2 gallons worth.
Hey,
Right.
Logan, you know how you got a cantrip with a spell scroll with a cantrip on it? Asa
Yes.
copied that into his spell. So
And then I also got it too, so
so not only did you get it, but 2 other people.
All
also
3
got
of
it.
us.
All 3 of us. We can all touch the scroll.
I would. Yeah.
Cool's like, I would argue that that's a bargain.
No, I was gonna offer to again, but I pity. It's a slippery slope.
Listen, wait, no. We'll
If
do
he
we'll
No,
do
no,
three
it's
roll,
okay,
then
it's
we'll do
okay.
three roll.
no, Coolin. I know how we do this. Ready?
Okay.
We go back to when Logan said, "Does anyone want this spell scroll?" And my character's like, "Hell yeah!" And he takes it and he gives him the potion of gaseous form. Everyone has an item. We're all good.
All right. You guys proceed into the dungeon where Gotsmead says, I guess we finally, I suppose it's finally cleared. This is our bastion. This is where we can come back to work continuously. Those of you who aren't aware, there's a new mechanic in 2020 handbook called the Bastion mechanic, which allows you to upkeep and have a base of operations that you can automate tasks at. This is, at
Ooh.
this point, a staffed bastion that does need to be paid. Godsmeed will pay for it until he can't afford to do that anymore. So
I
you
thought
guys have
when-
a couple levels before you have to worry about the actual upkeep of the bastion. Yes, Asa?
Just curious, did this bastion come about by any kind of game or spell type? No. All right. Okay. Cool.
when you were explaining the whole 2024 thing to us, I thought that was still Gotchmead speaking. I was like, oh yes,
really?
okay, understood.
You're like, thank you, Godsmeed.
Thank you, Gotchmead.
Yeah, no, that is the ability that's a new mechanic with 2020
I like it.
on how to use it. So
Same.
So, having a bastion, you have to pay for it. Does that offer any, I guess, more benefits to the party?
let me pull that up and I can show you. Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, what can we automate with it?
Be a bastion 333.
Ace is like, what's the point of this?
He's
He's like, why do we have to upkeep it if it doesn't do shit for us? Ave
Bright
Maria.
blue his jacket is, and his boots are yellow. Come on.
I rolled all my dice and I got 5 nat 1s.
Turbo his turbo is, and his turbo's turbo. Okay. I did say that we had 2.5 hours. So if
Mhm.
you needed to be done now, Turbo, we can be done now. But whatever.
I can go like another hour at max. But I think, yeah,
do
like, I
need
think
to go.
I was like, I
Oh,
think
you need to
Caleb
go,
was
Caleb?
saying that he needs to go.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Ace, shut up! No, I'm just kidding. I didn't
Would
mean
you
it. I
like a
didn't mean
glass
it. I
of
didn't mean
mayonnaise before you go?
So bastion. So gaining a bastion. If you allow bastions in your campaigns, characters acquire their bastions when they reach level 5. You and the players can decide together how these bastions come into being. A character might inherit or receive a parcel of land on which to build their bastion. See marks of prestige, or they might take a pre-existing structure. Blah 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 blah. As time passes in the campaign, players take bastion turns to reflect the activity occurring in their bastions, whether or not the characters are present. On a bastion turn, a character can issue orders to the special facilities in their bastions or use the maintain order to the entire bastion. A bastion turn occurs every 7 days of in-game time. Here are common examples of players taking one or more bastion turns. So
Like
blah blah
special
blah
projects,
bastion turns.
kind of
Yeah.
stuff like that you can work on. Okay.
And then it's also, so technically each player can have a bastion, but we're going to say, so I'll add an additional spire and we'll say each of you has their own bastion within this keep that can do its own thing. Either that or we can all share one bastion while we're learning. I don't really.
I kind of like that. As we're expanding and growing, we can open
Yeah.
up different parts of the castle.
Yeah, I think
I
share
like
one
that
at the
too.
beginning until we want to expand it.
I want my own bastion.
Oh, hold up. There's rules for combining. Each bastion. Oh, okay. So basically, it's just defenders. So it says closets. A basic or special facility can have one or more closets, washrooms, or similar enclosures. The closets must be inside the facility and can't increase the facility's area in squares. Bastion map. So the amount of space in a basic or a special facility determines its maximum area in 5, as shown in the facility space table. player can configure the squares of a facility as they please on their bastion's map. The squares can be stacked so the facility is distributed over multiple levels or stories. So basically, a cramped bastion is 4 squares, a roomy bastion is 16 squares, and a vast bastion is 36. This one's 16 squares, we'll say.
A vast.
And you can upgrade it from roomy to vast for gold. So in this case, 2,000 gold pieces is how much it would cost.
Oh, that's
And
nothing.
it takes 80 days for that to happen.
Fair enough.
So, and then you guys get each a basic facility from the basic list. You get to choose 2. One of them is cramped and the other is roomy. So you get a bedroom, a courtyard, a dining room, kitchen, a parlor, or storage. So one that comes free with this is a courtyard, and then you guys get to choose 2 more. And then you can add them.
And when we say bedroom, is it bedrooms that for
It
everybody
says-
that?
So here it says bedroom, but we'll say that it's basically we're gonna keep like the numbers similar, but we'll tweak it to make sense. So we'll say if you get bedrooms, we'll say it includes each of you a room.
Sure.
So you have a courtyard right now. You get to choose. So you have the courtyard. So basically, choose 2 of bedroom, dining room, kitchen, parlor, or storage.
What does the parlor entail?
Let me see.
Because I was like, the rest of those I can, context clues, but
So parlor is. Let me see. Oh, it's a basic arcane. Let me see. Oh, these are special facilities.
I'll show you my special facilities.
Oh, okay. So special facilities or basic facilities don't have game effect. They just have role-playing opportunities. So basically, you choose what you would want it to have in terms of basic facilities for it to be,
Operational.
Yeah. So you
And
have
do
a
those-
courtyard.
Okay. Do those use up space, the basic facilities,
They
or?
so basically, so the facilities. Oh, okay, I see. So the facilities are their own areas. So a cramped facility is 4 squares. A vast facility is 36 squares. So, and they're saying that the square is the 5-foot, like a 5-foot space. So we're gonna say that the courtyard is a roomy facility, basic facility. So that has 16 squares. So it's 16 times 5 wide, right? There are probably various shops in there. Then you guys get to choose 2 other basic facilities.
Oh, I see.
Parlor, I guess the parlor is whatever you want it to be. So
Can it be
I don't know what a parlor
another
is.
portal, like a room to another, like?
yeah, you could have like another portal. I don't know.
Okay, all right,
like-
let's do that then.
So you have a parlor. So you
I'm just
choose.
kidding.
We don't have to choose those right now. I'll send the
Yeah.
table to you guys later.
Yeah.
Then there's a lot of special facilities, and they each have their own like thing. So you need to have
Okay.
a level 5 bastion to have like an arcane study.
Ooh, I like that.
And
What levels
basically
are?
you gain a magical charm. It lasts for 7 days. The charm allows you to identify without expending a spell slot.
I identify as he, him.
Oh,
Hey, so apologize to Caleb's stream for that horrible joke.
Speaking of stream, everybody say bye stream.
Hold on, hold on.
Luego, stream. Disfruta tu fin de semana.
we'll look into